Facciamo in questo nuovo viaggio contro qualcuno come tua, vediamo come tutti poi, dove eravamo rimasti, dove eravamo rimasti. Ok, siamo rimasti qui, eh? Non ho capito come ho capito dove andare.
Is this a challenge arisen to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Un po'. Vediamo un pochino dove dobbiamo andare. Però non me lo segnala sulla mappa, raga. Vediamo la mappa.
Very well. I shall return.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
Ok, dove devo andare?
Goblins, Master.
One cannot be too careful.
How troublesome. Risen, are you all right? Well fought, Arisen. Well done.
Vengo andato. Non lo vedo.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
Pure. pura.
We have found.
Capisci dove andare? Non è in commissione. Sinistra. La capitale, per dimostrare la tua. Ok.
Found a material.
Andare. Ma questo non è la non è commissione. Ok, prendere. La mappa. Ok, prendere. B.
The different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Non capivo perché la missione non me la segno quando. Cioè, non mi segno la missione dove andare. Non là, no. La verità vi devo dire, raga, me l'aspettavo molto peggio, invece hanno fatto diciamo un buon lavoro.
Let me get that.
Mm, non ci possiamo andare.
Time to be heading home. I'm about ready for a break.
E questa per me è la zona dove dobbiamo andare.
I'd gladly while away an hour. What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps it's time I went looking.
Oh, what does this say?
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Ok,
I ought to attend to it.
Fine pepper today.
I'll go and open the chest.
Adesso cosa? Non siamo qui. Dobbiamo andare. Stiamo un po' da segnare la missione. Un po' di lei qui.
Must hold out till someone comes to relieve me. What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap his time I went looking for him.
Proprio. No. Ok. Addirittura dobbiamo pure camminare.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap his time I went looking for him.
Non mi capivo se è corretto. No, perché già stato. Non ritirato.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now.
There's ought to be found there. Can you not see it?
You ought to take a closer look.
Adios. Non vorrà salire. Non è solo da provare, eh. Dico. Però un po' che sei natato.
to do? He really ought to have returned.
'Tis dark enough to warrant the use of your lantern, Master. I fear I shall lose sight of you if you go much further.
Andiamo a lanterna.
Enough. Let me think on this.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him.
Andiamo che abbiamo solo dobbiamo andare.
Let's not be hasty now.
Simon's seen better days. What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him.
Ok. Ok. Mhm.
I don't like the look of this.
We're done for.
Capisco andare prendete qua.
Let this be a dream.
Get right coming here. He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him.
Is
Io
aught troubling you, Master? You seem all right to me.
Hale, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding. What say you? Would you be willing to help? No?
Yeah.
We'll be in need of helping hands for a while yet.
un po' lavoro. Ok. Stavo mettendo in bocca la stessa.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. Might we remove this hindrance somehow?
Ranged attacks are my specialty, Master. Shall I assist?
Okay.
As a matter of fact, curious thing. One of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Ah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Wait for your equipment.
Skeletons! There!
Fire won't do much good here. Best try a different tack.
Quickly, Arisen! You must regain your footing! These beings will be truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair! My aim is true!
Give me Arisen. I shall see to it this does not happen again.
Kurang. Nanti kalau mungkin betul. Wah.
We've naught to gain by fighting here. Best we push on.
Wah. Oke. Sebagai ini akan berdiri.
My magics are at your disposal.
Ya, bagaimana akan berdiri? خلاص خلي بالك والله.
I must admit that it feels wonderful to strike through.
Ah, here's the cart now.
Ajá.
Do you intend to join us?
No sé si se llama Petro otra vez.
Very well.
Ajá.
Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
Tengo que buscarlo. Mamanda.
I see a ladder yonder.
We're setting out. Jump on if you've paid.
Okay.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
They can be most convenient, though they travel only during the day.
The sky is radiant this night. I feel at peace to gaze upon it.
'Tis as you say.
Let me get that.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
You can do better than that! We've got goblins!
One cannot be too careful.
No one can defend themselves when grappled like this!
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
No, vamos a robar. Okay. A pesar de llevarnos
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the...
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one Arisen. That Arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is not... You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt... I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Your anger is well justified, and I shan't deny you it. However, I am obliged to make you aware of your situation. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for more. Thus, Disa chose to abduct Your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead. However, with Your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern.
Okay.
This one's cleared of all suspicion and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further.
Ok. Missione completata. Nuovo trofeo guadagno. Non vedo la missione.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Thought you could hide, eh? Oi!
Come la bestia.
I shall be on top form. Should I get up to today? Should I get up to today?
Tranquil places such as this. Mayhap I ought to ask around town. Hail, friend. I've an eye for people, and I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. Fear not. I only ask your name to list as a tenant. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my... Sound appealing? Then come on by.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let... As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled. Should Disa denounce your majesty as a false arisen? Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace. But the date has now been... The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity, if your majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you.
Yeah.
Do not forget that we work to serve the citizen. There is much we ought to tend to. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers. What say you? Might I ask for you? I thank you, your majesty. There are 3 locales that I've seen. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already... Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight.
We have been charged with the felling of monsters.
Cooperation is our strength. We face our task with an advantage, whatever it may be.
Trevo Mine is but a stone's throw from here. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location. I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
If you refer to changes in the military's makeup, I've heard the same.
Indeed. Tell us, there's been a shift in the chain of command. I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics. I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Ini bunyi selamat. Ini contoh. Okay.
Just as dull as the last.
Oh,
The hours seem to fly when I'm here. I'll have an early supper.
Now here's a welcome sight. Not much to do. Say, wait for someone to come along.
Barely scraping by.
okay, good, credo.
Anyone gives me
Io mi metto Bukan tutto la mappa,
Tranquil places such as this.
A master has... How are we to get through this door?
Is aught troubling you, Master? You seem all right to me.
Cool.
I suppose your wounds won't heal themselves. Oh, that's the moment.
Kamu gagal mengamalkan semua akan mulai berkembang. Terus menjual berkembang.
This is rather thrilling.
Okay.
It would be most efficient to make for our nearest destination first. The soldiers delivering freight were last espied near Vermon's eastern edge. Not far from here.
I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way.
Okay.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
I'd say we collect as much as we can carry.
Quick, douse the flames! On to the nearest location. The soldiers delivering freight were last espied near Vermon's eastern edge. That's not far from here.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
Saurians, Master.
It cannot weather ice's numbing grip.
How's this? And I take the rest.
This ends here.
No, mereka. Oke, mencoba serang di luar lo. Menawi langsung kolera.
This is rather thrilling.
On to the nearest location. The soldiers delivering freight were last espied near Vermund's eastern edge. That's not far from here.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Skeletons! Soldiers of bone?
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
I suppose you think you can afford to be reckless, so long as I'm here to heal you. Let's keep still a moment.
Should be. Your legs run out. Come on then!
Oh. Carica l'ultimo salvataggio. Carica, devo completarla questa.
Shall I lead you to the location nearest here, Arisen? The soldiers delivering freight were last espied near Vermund's eastern edge. That's not far from here.
Skeletons, Master! Oh, well aimed. Strike right where it hurts.
Sure, your next attack is no less perfect. No one can defend themselves when battles like this. Arisen has been
Come on, perché?
This is rather thrilling.
On to the nearest location.
Skeletons! Soldiers of bone?
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Oh, methinks the fiends felt that. Perhaps a few more for good measure.
These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
Ora bene, ma basta fruttini.
There's a shorter path we might take now. Allow me to show you.
Witness mine.
This is bad. We're still in the fight.
Bakalan.
You've been drenched. Dry off as soon as you can. That's well done. Focus. The battle continues. I concur.
Goodness me.
Get back here.
Quickly, Arisen. You must regain your footing.
Vamos mal. 还有车上不看哦，就是。Vamos a poner la cara, vamos a poner la cara.
This is rather thrilling.
It would be most efficient to make for our nearest destination first. The soldiers delivering freight were last espied near Vermund's eastern edge. That's not far from here. At times, I find myself wondering why we must fight against our fellows.
Is that what you say?
Pull your best. And I might just take you this.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next.
There's a shorter path we might take now. Allow me to show you. One of us has been drenched.
Fret not, I'll make the pain go away. Hold just a moment. Oh, he thinks the fiend found that. Perhaps a few more for good measure.
Ensure your next attack is no less purposeful. These beasts are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair. Ingenious. My own master must hear of this tactic.
Well, well, color me a surprise.
Okay.
This ox cart's bound for Melve. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Un attimo più guadagnato.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Vediamo un po'.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Non ci siamo allontanati.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to their cost.
Vabbè. Non bisogna prendere il capo. No. Vabbè, c'è queste storie battute. Dobbiamo completare almeno la missione. Perché non intanto faccio il gioco e non neanche tenere l'ufficio. Comunque, grazie per essere arrivato bene qui. Come siamo in prossima live, in prossima video.